What if the Avengers' greatest battle isn't against an enemy, but against time itself? Dive into the multiversal chaos, where alliances shatter, betrayals sting, and reality hangs by a thread. Can Earth's mightiest heroes stop Kong the Conqueror, or is this the end of everything we know? Stay till the end, you won't see this coming. Kong the Conqueror isn't just a villain, he's a force that embodies time itself. To understand the threat he poses to the Avengers, we must first delve into his complex and fascinating origin story. Born Nathaniel Richards in the 31st century, Kong was a brilliant scholar who discovered time travel and glimpsed the vast potential and danger of the multiverse. Unlike any adversary the Avengers have faced before, Kang's menace lies not just in his power, but in his intellect and foresight. He doesn't just fight wars, he wages them across timelines, always several moves ahead. Nathaniel's first transformation was into Rama-Tut, a pharaoh who ruled ancient Egypt with advanced technology. When he returned to his future, he found himself drawn to darker ambitions, adopting the persona of Kong the Conqueror. His goal became clear: to dominate all of time and space. However, his journey didn't stop there. Over time, Kong took on multiple identities, each more intricate than the last. As a Mortis, he sought to control the timeline itself, becoming a puppet master who manipulated history to serve his goals. This fractured identity, combined with his relentless ambition, makes Kong a multidimensional antagonist with unparalleled complexity. What makes Kong truly dangerous is his ability to exist in multiple forms simultaneously. While the Avengers face one version of him, others are plotting in the background, weaving an intricate web of schemes. Each Kong has a unique perspective and motive, adding layers to his threat. Unlike Thanos, whose power was monumental but singular, Kang's strength lies in his unpredictability and endless resources. If one version of him falls, another rises, learning from the mistakes of the past. This resilience makes him nearly impossible to defeat. As we peel back the layers of Kang's character, a surprising vulnerability emerges. His conquest is not driven solely by a desire for power, but by something more personal, an obsession with legacy and a fear of obscurity. Deep down, Kong is driven by the fear that, despite his conquests, he will be forgotten. This motivation adds a tragic dimension to his character, making him more than just a villain. The chapter ends with a foreboding message: Kang's true plan remains hidden, and the Avengers have no idea what they're truly up against. A shadow looms over the multiverse, and this is only the beginning. As the threat of Kong the Conqueror looms closer, the Avengers find themselves at a breaking point. For the first time, they're not just facing an enemy, they're facing time itself. This chapter dives deep into the psychological and emotional toll Kang's arrival has on Earth's mightiest heroes. Each Avenger must confront their vulnerabilities, and the weight of past failures begins to resurface. The team that once seemed invincible starts to show cracks, not because of their strength or skill, but because of doubt and fear. Tony Stark's absence has left a leadership void, and while new figures have stepped up, the shadow of his legacy looms large. Thor, burdened by the loss of Asgard, struggles to find his purpose in this new battle. Captain Marvel, confident and powerful as she is, feels the pressure of being seen as the Avengers' last line of defense. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange is haunted by visions of countless futures where the Avengers fail, each more harrowing than the last. In this time of crisis, mistrust begins to brew among the heroes. The looming multiversal war forces them to question each other's motives and decisions. They know Kong is a master manipulator. What if one of them has already been compromised? Small disagreements escalate into heated conflicts, threatening to tear the team apart from within. This internal strife is exactly what Kong planned. His presence doesn't just test their strength, it tests their unity. The tension heightens with the introduction of new recruits, some from alternate realities. These newcomers bring fresh perspectives but also suspicion. Are they allies, or do they have their own agendas? Among them is a version of an Avenger who died in their timeline, causing emotional turmoil for those who knew the original. This adds a layer of complexity. Can the Avengers trust their own reflections from other worlds? The breaking point comes with a shocking betrayal. One of the core members, seemingly under Kang's influence, sabotages a critical mission. The consequences are catastrophic, leading to the first major defeat in the war against Kong. The betrayal cuts deep, shaking the team's confidence and leaving them vulnerable. The chapter ends on a somber note. The Avengers stand amidst the wreckage of their failure, divided and demoralized. Kang's shadow looms larger than ever, and the team's greatest enemy might not be the conqueror from the future, it might be their own inability to stand together. The battle against Kang the Conqueror is not confined to one reality, it spreads across the vast tapestry of the multiverse. Each dimension becomes a battlefield, and every fight presents a new challenge. The Avengers, fractured and reeling from their recent betrayal, are thrust into a war unlike any they've faced before. This isn't just about saving Earth, it's about protecting the entire fabric of existence from unraveling. As the Avengers regroup, they are forced to confront an unsettling reality: they are outmatched and outmaneuvered. Kang's knowledge of time and space allows him to anticipate their moves, deploying armies from different timelines. Each strike feels like a precision assault, designed to exploit their weaknesses. In one timeline, they face an army of robotic warriors from a dystopian future. In another, they battle twisted versions of themselves, alternate Avengers who have succumbed to darkness. These encounters serve as both physical and emotional tests, forcing the team to confront the possibility of their own failure. To counter Kang's multiversal onslaught, the Avengers seek alliances with alternate versions of familiar heroes. They travel to different realities, recruiting allies who bring new perspectives and abilities. Among these allies is a version of Tony Stark who never became Iron Man, a morally ambiguous Doctor Strange, and a powerful variant of Black Panther who rules a technologically advanced Wakanda. Each new ally adds layers of complexity to the team dynamic, but also creates tension. Different realities mean different values, and not everyone agrees on the best way to fight Kang. One of the most harrowing battles takes place in a reality where the Avengers have already lost. This dark, dystopian world serves as a grim warning of what could happen if they fail. They encounter a broken version of Steve Rogers, a man who witnessed his entire team fall and now lives with the guilt of their defeat. This encounter shakes the Avengers to their core, forcing them to confront the stakes of their mission. Failure doesn't just mean defeat, it means the end of all hope. Amidst the chaos, a critical discovery is made: Kang's empire is not as unified as it seems. Different versions of Kang are at odds with one another, each with their own agenda. This internal conflict presents an opportunity, but exploiting it will require the Avengers to take a dangerous risk. The chapter ends with a moment of fragile hope. The Avengers, battered and bruised, realize that the key to defeating Kang may lie not in brute strength, but in understanding the fractured psyche of their enemy. The war is far from over, but for the first time, they see a path forward, one that could either save the multiverse or destroy it entirely. As the multiversal war rages on, the Avengers uncover fragments of Kang's true agenda. What seemed like an attempt at multiversal conquest is revealed to be something far more intricate and terrifying. Kang's plan isn't just about ruling the timelines, it's about reshaping reality itself. His ultimate goal: to collapse the multiverse into a single timeline under his control, one where he reigns supreme and unchallenged. This revelation shakes the Avengers, as they realize the sheer magnitude of what they're up against. Defeating Kang means not only saving their world but preventing the annihilation of countless others. Kang's strategy is revealed to hinge on a powerful artifact known as the Chrono Core, a device capable of rewriting the fabric of time. Hidden across various dimensions, it is said to be the key to controlling the multiverse. Kang has been gathering fragments of this artifact from different realities, each battle serving as a step towards completing it. The Avengers realize they have to stop him before he assembles the final piece. However, the last fragment is hidden in a timeline that is locked, a reality outside normal space-time, known only as the Void Realm. To access this realm, the Avengers must confront their deepest fears and regrets. Doctor Strange leads them through a perilous journey across unstable timelines, where they encounter twisted versions of their own pasts. In one reality, they witness the destruction of New York at their own hands, manipulated by Kang's illusions. In another, they see a world where Thanos won, and the universe is in eternal darkness. Each vision is a psychological trial, designed to break their spirits. The Avengers' internal conflicts come to a head during a heated debate about their next move. Some members argue that they should destroy the Chrono Core, even if it means sacrificing parts of the multiverse. Others believe they must preserve it, fearing that tampering with time could have unforeseen consequences. This ethical dilemma divides the team, and Kang seizes the opportunity to strike. In a stunning twist, Kong appears not as a conqueror but as a messenger of fate. He reveals that his plan is not purely about domination but survival. He claims that without his intervention, a far greater threat looms, a cosmic force that seeks to consume all realities. This revelation casts doubt on everything the Avengers thought they knew. Is Kong the lesser evil, or is he manipulating them once again? The chapter ends on a cliffhanger. Kong completes the Chrono Core, and reality begins to fracture. The Avengers have one chance left to stop him, but the cost of victory may be higher than they ever imagined. The line between hero and villain blurs, leaving viewers questioning what they would sacrifice to save existence. With the multiverse hanging by a thread, the Avengers face their final confrontation with Kong. The Chrono Core, now fully assembled, destabilizes reality, causing timelines to collide and warp. Earth trembles as alternate dimensions bleed into one another, creating chaos on a cosmic scale. In the midst of this upheaval, the Avengers realize that victory requires more than brute force, it demands sacrifice, courage, and an unbreakable resolve. This chapter delves into the themes of legacy and redemption, as each hero must confront what they are willing to give up to save existence. As the battle begins, the Avengers are confronted with their most daunting challenge yet: Kong himself, now empowered by the full force of the Chrono Core. He manipulates time in real time, rewinding and fast-forwarding moments in the fight, making him nearly invincible. Each strike feels futile, as Kong anticipates and counters their every move. The Avengers, however, have one advantage left: the alliances they formed across the multiverse. A coalition of heroes from different realities joins the battle, each bringing unique strengths and perspectives. It's an awe-inspiring moment, a culmination of their journey through the multiverse. Yet, the true battle is not just physical, it's philosophical. Kong reveals his ultimate vision: a universe without chaos, where every event is predetermined, and he stands as the supreme arbiter of destiny. His rationale is chillingly persuasive: free will has brought only suffering. I offer order. The Avengers must not only defeat him but also convince themselves and their allies that the messiness of freedom is worth fighting for. In a dramatic turn, an unexpected hero emerges, an alternate version of a fallen Avenger, long thought lost. This character's return symbolizes hope and redemption, reminding the team that even in the darkest moments, there is a chance for renewal. This hero's knowledge of Kang's weaknesses, combined with their willingness to sacrifice themselves, becomes the key to turning the tide. The climax of the battle is both epic and heart-wrenching. One Avenger, perhaps Doctor Strange or Thor, makes the ultimate sacrifice, channeling their energy to destabilize the Chrono Core. As it shatters, Kong is momentarily vulnerable. In a final, desperate act, the Avengers strike together, defeating him. But victory comes at a cost. The multiverse is severely damaged, and the heroes know that reality will never be the same. The story concludes with the Avengers reflecting on what they've lost and gained. They stand united, knowing that their legacy is not just in victories but in the choices they made and the sacrifices they endured. As the screen fades, a final, ominous note lingers. Kang's cryptic last words hint at a deeper threat still to come. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the Avengers' fight is far from over.